Hi Stampers, welcome to the Roost. Today we're going to make this fun Z-fold card. It can be a little bit confusing when you put it together, but it's really very simple. You're going to start out with just a regular card base, if you can see this, and then you're going to add an extra score line. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, just like normal. And then you're going to add an extra score line for the front. So you're going to score it at 2 1/8, which is half of 4 1/4, and that's going to get folded back. Now you're going to have one large piece of designer series paper, and this is the Tranquil. Oh gosh, now I've totally lost my track. Tranquil Textures. Okay, so you're just going to adhere that onto the large side, and this is cut at 5 1/4 by 4. Apologize for my inability to remember numbers. I'm not sure if any of you suffer from migraines, but I've been having some real problems with them lately, and I tend to not be able to remember things. So then I like to fold this so that I can kind of visualize where these other two pieces go. Now these two are going to be cut at 2 1/4 by 4. So of course, you know, they're all the same height, but to fit these folds, and you're just going to try to line it up so that it matches the other paper that you put on, and then this one's going to go here on the inside. And of course, you know, you could put this paper on the other direction, you could use different colors. So for our inside card piece, that's actually going to be the focal point, or the base of the focal point, we're going to cut this at 8 inches by 3 1/4, and then we're going to score it in half, so at 4 inches. So we're just going to leave this kind of off to the side. Now we need to decorate the outside focal point and the inside, and those are both going to be the same size. So we're going to cut 2 pieces of Whisper White at 3 3/4 by 3 inches. So for the inside one, we're going to take the long seaweed and our Tranquil Tide ink pad, and we're just going to stamp like a long strip along the one side. And then, let me get the right, Have a Wonderful Adventure, and this is all from the Sea of Textures stamp set. We're just going to stamp this up here, and then that's all ready. We'll set that off to the side. Now, this one is kind of fun. We're going to do a bunch of layers on it. So we're going to start with some balmy blue, and I've chosen these colors for the ink because they all are in this paper. I like to choose my colors by the paper that I'm using. So we're going to start with the netting, and I absolutely love this netting, and there's actually a framelit that cuts out a net as well. And I'm just going to stamp this randomly, kind of filling most of the paper with the netting. And next we're going to go back to our seaweed, and we're going to, I'm going to like curl this just a little bit because I want it to look curved. And you can just take that and curve it on your oh gosh, on your block. I'm going to curve it a little bit the other way. It's probably better to do it when you're not when it's not all inky, but I like to do things the hard way always. And then I'm going to go back to being straight. There, we have that. And next, I'm going to do the coral on the bottom. I'm going to close these ink pads so I don't land in them. I do have a tendency to land in ink pads. So we're using the Poppy Parade and the Grapefruit Grove on this for the coral on the bottom. Let's start with the grapefruit. So we're going to do the larger coral with the grapefruit, and of course it really doesn't matter which one you do what. And just, we're going to stamp a couple of these in here. Close that back up. And then our Poppy Parade with the little coral. And just stick a couple of these in here. That looks a little bit too, there we go. Okay, and then I just want to take and open the Balmy Blue again, and I'm going to take a sponge dauber. And I just stuck my finger in there, of course. And then I'm just going to kind of go around the edges with the sponge dauber. And if it's a little bit too white in the middle, you can always go in there a little bit too if you want. And then I have I've stamped the octopus with blueberry bushel for this one, but I actually have an extra one cut out here from something else I was doing, and I think I'm going to try him on this one, and he's Balmy Blue. It's a little bit softer, but we're going to give him a try. And I did find that I liked the little mini dimensionals for this guy, because then I could fit them on his little feet, whatever you call an octopus's legs. Because I kind of wanted to get them on there so that when you put the card in and out of the envelope, you don't tear his legs off. Okay, and then we're just going to set him here. He's kind of floating in the weeds. I'm not sure if he's caught in the net or not. I haven't decided that. Now, when you adhere him onto here, remember this part of your card is going to have the fold on this side. As I said, it's fairly simple, but I could easily see where you would put this together the other way, just from habit. So then we're just going to layer this on here, and then we are going to put this just centered on this piece of the main card base. And I'm probably going to end up with ink on here from this stuff. Okay. So let's hope that's centered. It's not straight. I don't do really well with straight. Okay. There we go. And this is going to go like this. Oh wait, we have to put our inside piece on. Make sure that's the right direction. And there we have it. Now, you could also add something in here if you wanted. On this card, I added a little sand dollar. This is a framelit that comes in the under the Sea framelits that matches the Sea of Textures stamp set. And I kind of like the sand dollar. What I did on this one is I punched out the bottom one, the bottom circle with just a 1 1/4 inch punch, and then cut the framelit, the sand dollar framelit, out. I used Very Vanilla cardstock on the bottom, and then I just used Whisper White on the top, and I sponged it a little bit around the edges, and that way you have a little bit of a contrast with the inside of the sand dollar. So I hope you enjoyed this card and have lots of fun making it. I almost forgot one important part of this card. This can be used as a gift card holder. So I'm using the tear and tape, and I'm just going to put that on the two edges. I like the tear and tape because it's a little bit more sturdy if someone pulls on the oh gosh, on the paper, you know, to get their card out. You know, when you got that $100 bill in there or whatever, they get really excited. And of course, this should be easier to get off than what I'm making it here. Okay, so we're going to put this one across here. That looks like I might have had it a little bit too long. There we go. Let's try this. Perfect. And can you tell I'm trying to hurry? I feel silly because I forgot it. Okay. And then we're just going to adhere this in the corner. And you can stick that gift card right in there. When I first saw this Sea of Textures stamp set, I don't know, I wasn't really fond of the octopus. I'm not really an octopus girl, but I loved the nets. And I have to admit that after I've stamped the little octopus a few times, he has come to be pretty close to my heart, I guess. So I do like him now. So I hope you give this stamp set a try. It's a lot of fun. And if you make a card, I'd love to have you take a picture of it and post it on my Facebook page. Would love to see your creations. Hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me, and have a great day.